Episode 10, just like heaven. Hello, kitty. I stared up at the jaguar's golden eyes, gleaming green in the dark. The giant cat's weight rests on my chest. His breath gusts over my face, meaty, and his musk hits my nostrils with its wildness. What should I do? Pet it? Ooh, boop it on the nose. Stare it down. Boop it on the nose. Cool artwork for it. I reach out and boop the jaguar on the nose. Its nose is cold and damp. It blinks and pulls its head back, startled. Get off of me, dumbass. Discontented, the jaguar removes its paw and sits back. It licks its nose. I climb on my feet, dust myself off. The jaguar watches me. Spot. Jesus, JD. Are you okay? Not even a scratch. He's such a cute kitty. The big cat headbutts Tristan in the hip, rumbling out its purr. So, this is Spot. He's a rescue. He's been in captivity his whole life, and he's never interacted with the other big cats. That, combined with his health problems, means he can't be released. Tristan is still scratching the big animal, who evidently loves him. It butts its head against him fondly, asking for more scritches. After returning Spot to the enclosure, apparently the trainer had failed to lock it correctly. Tristan regards me with some curiosity. What brings you out here to my humble home? From the dry tone in his voice, I understand he's mocking himself. I came here to ask Tristan why he told Logan to help Jasper out of his shady business, but now that Carter's been dropped in Seattle, I gotta ask myself why I've been doing this. Is it because I'm curious? It's right. I'm a weirdo. Why not? I'm a weirdo. And George and Tiana don't know that my brother's contacted me, so for all they know, I'm still working for them. Maybe I need to keep them thinking that until I discover what's actually happening and why. Spacing out, you okay? Carter's stranded. What do you mean, stranded? I tell him about the call I just had with Carter. His expression remains still as he listens, thinking through all of this. It sounds like a nightmare. You must be frightened for him. If something like that happened to Lillian. He shrugs, embarrassed, and looks away. Even though I know there's only so much I can do to stop him from making bad decisions, I wish I'd done better by him. Tristan nods and squeezes my shoulder. He and I share a look that expresses what it means to be the oldest child in a complicated family. He releases my shoulder. I can ask my father's PA if she can help. She helped me out with paperwork before, so, maybe once you've got a way to contact Carter, she can try to get the money and ID situation sorted out. That would be great, actually. Tristan will help you. This will affect the plot. And as I hear from my father, time is money. I'll text her, but I probably won't hear back until tomorrow morning. He does so right away, then slips his phone back into his pocket. I know I could have handled this alone. I could have handled it, but it's still nice that I don't have to, that I have someone who has my back. I came here to ask why you told Logan to help Jasper out. Why would you do that? Logan could get arrested. He won't. He has too much money for that. He'll be fine. That doesn't answer my question. Why don't you answer mine first? Why are you here? Why are you so curious? So beautiful as you are, I've been suspicious of how you came to live in Rosewood Club since the very beginning. I'll tell him the truth, 'cause why the hell not? So, I take a deep breath. I've kept my secrets long enough, and what's the point in keeping them now? George and Tiana aren't law enforcement. Carter's out of their reach. I can do whatever I want. You're right. I don't know how they arranged my room in Rosewood House. I tell him about George and Tiana, about the money they're giving me, about my brother's involvement, what I'd do to save him, how it's blinded me to what was actually going on. I tell him about his brothers and their involvement in this. They're all complicated people. And that's why I'm here now. Jasper led me to Logan, Logan led me to you, but not in a criminal way, I guess. I don't understand why you told Logan to help Jasper out. I mean, Jasper's clearly committed pretty serious crimes, and Logan is too nice. Why would you ask him to get mixed up in Jasper's business? You don't have to bear this alone. Not any longer. I'm here for you. I don't understand why this is happening now. It happens all the time. It has to do with class. So you're saying the situation I stumbled into is normal? No, not normal, but common. Among certain people, and I'm so sorry someone dragged you into this. You deserve better. I believe that wealth is inherently immoral. Are you aware that wealth can have the same effects as brain damage? Yep. Oh god, yes. Have you seen a lot of the rich people nowadays? So can poverty. Also true. Individuals with extreme wealth experience structural changes to their brains that impact their capacity for empathy. It's an illness. An illness. And the cure for it is what? Giving up money? There's a group of activist millionaires who are advocating for that. Just that, yeah. For higher taxation, for voluntarily giving up one's wealth. But that's not enough. They're not radical enough for me. But what about your father? He's selfish. If I can spite him, all the better. Screw his legacy. I'm not his path to immortality. So, you're saying, soon as I'm in charge of my trust, I'll set up a charitable foundation for my boy's spot. I'll donate to some funds for preservation of species nearing extinction. The rest, I'm giving it away. That has nothing to do with Jasper and Logan. Then what? Then I'm gonna go after our parents. Everyone who's ever been in Rosewood. I need to find the revenue streams. I'm going to hit them where it hurts. Like, hack their bank accounts? Hack their bank accounts, leak their data. As I said, whatever it takes. So you're using Logan. You're using all of your Rosewood contacts. That's what they're there for. Just because my father didn't plan for me to use the connections like this doesn't mean it's negating the club's purpose or why I'm in it. So, what do you think? Talk is easy. I want to learn more. I didn't know you had a side like this. Talk is easy, though. Talk is very cheap. It's free, actually. You can say whatever the hell you want. His eyes gleam with a challenge, his lips curve into a subtle smile. He steps closer to me. Suddenly, I'm potently aware of him. The shape of him, the subtle scent of him, and that we're alone here in the dark. He reaches out, I stand my ground. He strokes one finger along the line of my jaw, a gentle, luring motion. Giving me ample time to turn away, he leans in, and I close my eyes and I let him kiss me. His kiss is gentle, not demanding, but even so it ignites something in me that bridges the gap between uncertainty and desire. I love how his lips move against mine, how he draws me closer, how his body feels against mine, not hot and hard. I shiver. He drags a hand down my spine. Then he breaks the kiss and steps away. He smiles at me. Come on. I want to show you something. It'll help you understand what I'm trying to do. On the way to whatever Tristan wants to show me, I get a text from Chloe. Do you have time to talk? I realized something. I'm in the car with Tristan, so may not be able to respond freely, but yes, I can listen. Okay, it's important, so... I look over at Tristan, his eyes are on the road, even though his hands are free on the wheel. Or aren't on the wheel. But he seems to sense me looking at him. About Chloe's call. Should I tell the truth? I have a friend who knows a little bit about my investigation. Can I take the call? Sure. We haven't gotten there yet. We're just driving. My phone buzzes with Chloe's incoming call, and I answer it. Do you remember you told me about the odd couple posing as FBI agents? The ones who mistreated you and your brother? Yeah, how could I forget? Yes, right. Well, of course. But do you remember how I said your description of them seemed familiar? Sure. Well, I was digging through some old photos. Photos? Of before. When I lived with my dad, for a while I was obsessive about documenting the pool, like the bugs that fell in it. Anyway, can I send it to you? My phone bings with an incoming texted photo, so I move it away from my ear to take a look. I know those faces. That's them, George and Tiana, or whatever their names are. I feel sick. I'd have to continue the call with Chloe and then press the phone to my ear. That's them. Here's the thing. I think my dad met these two before all the stuff with the pipeline and the guy who wouldn't move. What do you mean? I think they're fixers. I think my dad hired them to harass the guy who didn't sell his property. That gives me a lot to think about. I'll see you at the Halloween party. I'll be wearing a mask. You're in disguise. Got it. Be careful, Janie. After we say our goodbyes, I hang up. I stare at the window. I draw my fingers across the leather seat. If they're the type of people that rich people hire to do their semi-legal or illegal dirty work, then that means George and Tana were hired to abduct me, threaten me, get me to work for them by some rich guy? But why? They wanted me to find and track hair use in that Rosewood Club. Did some guy just want me to spy on his kid? Before the night's over, I'll know what's going on. But where will knowing all this bring me back next? In the previous episode, you indicated to Chloe that I was reading that. You continue to pursue Chloe and other love interest. Tristan pulls into a dirty alley behind a pharmacy and parks behind a dumpster. His car is now relatively concealed. I nod, serious. He looks me over. His dark hair falls over his pale face. His icy white eyes are earnest and not as sharp as usual. He's not amused. He's not trying to prove anything. He wants to show me whatever this is. Yeah, okay, that's great. Pursue Tristan. Jasper always comes here around this time, but it might take a minute. I kill time, scrolling through duckling videos. Takes more than 1 minute. Takes 21. Another car rumbles up. Tristan nudges me. I tuck my phone away. Jasper gets out. He looks around, then leans back against his idling car. He remains there against the hood, the blue-white glow of his phone illuminating his face. Then, the back door to a pharmacy swings open, and a guy in a doctor's coat steps out, probably the pharmacist. He hands a box over to Jasper, and a clipboard. Jasper signs for the box. The pharmacist disappears back inside, and Jasper tucks the box into his car, but he continues to wait there, looking at his phone. Finally, he sighs and answers a call. Yeah, no, Dad, I can do it, I promise. Dad. Jasper pauses, then he's nodding. Well, it's not going to be admissible. No, I know that. If people find out this stuff... No, I can do it. He's pacing beside his car, agitated. Oh, those two idiots. Travis's recommendation Janie's smart, but she hasn't found out anything I didn't know. I file away the mention of my own name and the fixers for later consideration. Yeah, sure. No. When are you... Okay, bye, Dad. When Jasper gets off the phone, he tilts his face upward, his expression naked, vulnerable, so unlike him that I stare. He's crying. This whole time, the Jasper I've come to know, he's playing a role as himself. He's playing the playboy. This is the real Jasper. The Jasper who knows he has no value to his parents except for what he can do for them. Jasper scrubs his eyes and lets out a harsh, loud sigh that's audible all the way from here. He shakes his head and slouches his way back to the car. Based on what he's pulling out of the glove compartment and putting on the dash, I can tell he's planning on getting high. To drown out or numb the pain of being nothing to his parents but a tool they can use to make money.
If we wait until he's...
We can leave then, yeah. A while later, we're back on the road. Tristan's car whirs along the near silence that most electrical vehicles have. I can't help but work through the conversation I overheard. So, what did Jasper's parents do?
They own a brokerage company.
So, they're going to sue the Atwoods and then leak evidence that the Atwoods have been facilitating the abuse of drugs to do what exactly?
I'm not sure what the Atwoods' plan is. I'm certain that Jasper's family can take the risk before they know all the pieces to the puzzle.
Is that where I come in? I was supposed to help them find out more about the Atwoods' plan so Jasper's family could, better manipulate the stock market? This is what you wanted to show me?
I think Grant's parents know about it, but I'm sure he doesn't.
What are you going to do with this information? Go to the newspaper? Post about it?
Right now, I'm just collecting it. For the future, when I use it.
Use it?
To ruin the Atwoods. To redistribute the wealth.
I squint at him, trying to figure out if he's for real. Like Robin Hood? What do you gotta prove? What do you want from me? Do you want my help? What have you gotta prove? I'm curious.
I can't do what I want to do alone. I want to be able to prove beyond a doubt that the Atwoods are aware of the damage they're doing.
Why?
Grant's my best friend. I want him to forgive me for ruining his family, to understand it. All you need to do is plug a flash drive into his father's laptop.
That's it.
I can't get near it. Grant knows me too well, so while I'm chatting with him and his family, I want you to go in and do it, will you?
Your choice here will dramatically change the plot's outcome and may impact your relationship with Grant, depending on how you handle it later. Promise to help. I'll help you. It's the right thing to do.
We're headed over to Grant's to pick him up before the party. His main chauffeur took the night off to host a Halloween party for his kids. Grant's father is already furious about that.
We're going to do this now, right? Dang, you move fast.
Only with you, Janie.
I laugh at his wry tone and roll my eyes at him, but I detect a seriousness lurking behind his words. Tristan hands you a flash drive. The flash drive is still warm from being in his pocket.
Here it is. Once it's plugged in, it'll be a few minutes to upload itself.
You're very prepared. Were you in the Boy Scouts?
My father would have never let me be a Boy Scout. Anyone can do that.
You didn't say if I'd... You didn't know if I'd say yes.
I hoped.
What if the machine's locked? I don't know the password.
It doesn't matter.
That sounds like malware.
It is.
I stare at the device. It looks innocuous, but it's not. Whatever happens, this could change my life. The feeling inside me that I stand at a crossroads is as potent as deja vu. Tristan pulls up to park in the driveway. Rare in the city, even though Grant's house is just a brownstone. Even I know all this means serious money. I sit in Tristan's car, staring up the lightly veiled windows at the glimmer of a chandelier visible against a plain plaster ceiling.
You know, I know I can be intense, but I hope I didn't overwhelm you.
You didn't. I'm not ready to go into Grant's house to face him and his family, not yet. I turn towards him and smile. I mean, kiss him, obviously. And lean in to kiss Tristan, and he draws me towards him. I let myself become giving and needy, and seeking the closeness and solace that will reassure me and take me elsewhere. He holds me tight, my kiss awakening a hunger in him. I close my eyes, savoring the sensation of his hands, stroking my back, loving how he holds me. His lips on mine. All I feel is him. I let my body buzz with the contact, my mind go flat. I focus on how he touches me and how he kisses me, the scent of leather, the gentle pressure of his lips on mine. He brings his hands up to touch the hair at the nape of my neck. I savor this, our closeness, how he always seems to need me when I want him. I draw on that feeling and rest my hand on his chest over his heart, savoring the shape of him despite the awkwardness of kissing in a car. It's just a kiss. It's not about the kiss, anyway. It's about the feeling that he's there for me. When I breach the kiss, he groans with disappointment.
I could kiss you all day.
I think I'd want more than a kiss then. I laugh. He smiles. He gets out of the car and then walks around to open my door for me.
Shall we? Come on, beautiful. It's time to go in and face the music.
Grant's father is that bad?
You'll see.
Grant's, dorm man lets us in. Tristan and I both get notifications on our phones at the same time. Do not mention the Halloween party. For the record, you do not like Halloween.
I know it.
Okay? What? Love Halloween, how dare you? I catch Tristan's gaze and he winks at me theatrically, but we're already being ushered into the brownstone's small but elegant living room. Hey, thanks for picking me up on such a short notice.
You could have taken my chauffeur, Grant. Tristan, I'm so sorry at my son's insistence. Miss Monroe, good to see you again.
It's a pleasure. Poor Grant, controlling much. His father's acting like Grant's in high school. I feel like a guy picking up a girl for junior prom.
It's really no problem, Mr. Atwood. You know that my car is self-driving. This wasn't a detour. It's giving me the opportunity to test my newest traffic features live. I just updated the route optimization. I'm continually surprised that you don't plan to become a doctor. IT becomes obsolete almost as soon as a new field is invented, whereas medicine...
Are you serious, dude? Are you one day, IT and whatnot will replace surgeons. Just saying. That's just woof. I hate technological, people who are, don't understand it. Please, Father, we all know as long as there are people, they will have the health problems. Tristan has heard it before, sir. I can tell from Grant's demeanor that he's itching to leave, and the conversation had been going on long before Tristan and I had arrived. Tristan gives me a meaningful look, which I only presume means he wants me to do the thing with the flash drive. Mr. Atwood, before we go, may I go to the bathroom?
It's upstairs to the right. I'm sure you can find your own way.
Thank you. I'll be right back. Wow, he looked happy. I head upstairs. The bathroom's easy to find, but instead of going in, I search through the other closed doors for Harry Atwood's home office. I step in, peer around thoughtfully. There's a laptop and a desktop. 2 devices. Shit. So we have keep the flash drive, text Tristan, plug it in the desktop. Text Tristan, ask, and then plug it in. Laptop versus desktop? Probably the desktop. Desktop. Okay. And locate a port and plug it in. The machine grumbles to life, starting up without me touching it. Then it shuts down again. I did it. I pull out the flash drive, put it in my pocket, and hurry away. Before I go downstairs, I'm careful to flush the toilet, turn on the tap for a minute, just in case the plumbing is audible downstairs. Smart girl. Is Rosewood Club hosting its usual Halloween party this year? I remember in my time it used to be extensive. I believe James is in charge of it this year. But you aren't going back to attend? No, Halloween's for children. Mr. Monroe, what are your plans for tonight? Oh, I'm going to stage an adaptation of Dracula, study in the library, the Satanic Temple. Oh, I'm doing it. Oh. Grant's father gives me a long, inscrutable look, like he doesn't know whether he should believe me. I maintain eye contact with a mild expression on my face. Finally grunts and looks away. Go, then. The three of us scoot out the door before he changes his mind, and the whole interaction feels weirdly like high school. Jesus. I think he gets worse every year. He becomes more intense every year. Honestly, it's hard for me to tell if it's genuine or an act. Do you think he might be putting on an act with you? He might. He gives a heavy sigh that seems to signal he wants to change the topic. Tristan, sensing his friend's mood, obliges. And they end up talking about how the Frisbee players have torn up the lawn. And they all speculate about how long all the protesters will remain camped out in the quad and whether snow will deter them. I love Halloween. When we pull up to the front and step out of the car, Tristan sends it zooming off to park. The three of us contemplate our erstwhile home. I hope James doesn't post photos of this. I mean, besides the fact, do you think you're gonna get caught? I mean, I would love to see photos of this. He does love competition. Do you have a costume, Janie? I thought I did, but seeing how all out James went, I'm thinking what I picked out was mid. I'll text Lillian. She always makes extra costumes. This is so badass. I love it. Hidden speakers howl with agonizing moans and ghoulish laughter. Even the soundtrack's good. I love it. Ray would love this. It looks like a horror movie or a haunted house come to life. Your choice here will dramatically change the plot's outcome and may impact your relationship with Tristan, depending on how you handle what comes later. Pull Grant aside, go in to change. What am I supposed to do about this? Anyway, pull him to the side about what? You know what? Alright, let's just say it. I don't know. Can I talk to you for a minute, Grant? Oh, of course. I'm not gonna snitch on you, bro. At least I hope not. Tristan inclines his head. I can't tell what he's thinking. He grants me an enigmatic smile, totally appropriate for Halloween, and heads into Rosewood House, presumably to change for the party. Is everything alright? Tell him about his plans, commiserate with Gran about his father, never mind. Okay, so I'm not gonna rat on my boy, but commiserate. I just wanted to say how sorry I am about your father was treating you. It's like he still thinks you're in high school. I doubt he'll ever let me grow up. It's humiliating. I'll be graduated and happily married, and he'll still be trying to manage me. He probably wishes my mother had birthed to a robot rather than a child. I rest my hand on his arm, but he twitches away. It's humiliating, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's go in, get changed for the party. I mean, at least tried to support you, dude. Anyway. Oh, this just keeps getting better. As I ponder my clothing and possible costume options, I sigh and turn away from the closet. I flop down onto my bed. A pair of cat ears isn't gonna do it. Some of the costumes are so good. It depends. Cat ears and what else? I want to live up to Rosewood Club standards to really show off, so my only hope is Lillian's got something that'll fit me. Lillian taps on the door and then busts in, her arms full of taffeta, silk, sequins, costume jewelry, and a hat that tumbles out of a pile. She dumps her costumes on the bed next to me, a jumble of ruffles, leather, and lace. I'm in love. Leave me alone, shut up. I am so happy that you need a costume. I low-key love Halloween. I wish everyone dressed up for it. How many opportunities do we have to really go all out? Yeah, I know. I know. Wow. You brought so many. I would dress up just in person, too. Just like, oh, you're going to the grocery store? I'm wearing my Dracula outfit to it. Seriously. I want to make a portfolio that was more related to costume design for the theater or maybe Hollywood. Do you want to see? Her enthusiasm makes me smile. She practically bounces in place, her eyes sparkling and her cheek flushed with a happy glow. Okay, so now let's see how these look on you. And please, if any of them fit weird or pinch under the armpits, let me know so I can fix the design. She holds up the first costume, waving it through the air. I shimmy out of my clothing to try it on. Alright. There's the nun. Egyptian goddess Foxy. What was the... Ah, twisted, okay. Angel princess. Ooh. And witch basic. Listen, girl, I don't know what to tell you, but the witch actually looking nice. Anything else? No. Nun, I feel like Nun is so overdone. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know Angel's overdone too. But I see more people with Nun than Angel. Egyptian goddess isn't too bad. It's okay. I really like the Nun, or the Angel one though. Really do. The witch one I dig too. I really do dig it. I mean, it's really pretty. Like, I definitely would settle for a witch if it wasn't a diamond event. I'm gonna go with Angel, though. Change it up a little. It's too bad there wasn't an alternative for it. The crown doesn't work. No. Yes, I can be an angel nun. Look at me wear that. What in the hell is this? Straight gold. Full headdress. Brief wimple twisted. An angel witch. I'm just saying. No, that looks silly. I kind of dig that one, but at the same time, I do kind of dig this one. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I kind of dig it. Oh my god. You are too cute. I can't wait to show you off. She takes photos of me up against the backdrop of the door for her portfolio. She tucks her phone away. Depending on how the photos turn out, I may ask you to come and do a photo shoot in the studio. It'll produce better quality images. Oh, of course. I mean, thanks for lending me the costume. You're simply angelic. But if I went to heaven looking like that, you'd be so tempting some angels would probably end up in hell for their naughty thoughts. Lillian shifts her weight to her toes and gives an adorable, enthusiastic little bounce. Come on, let's go downstairs. Downstairs, the common room's louder than a tailgate party in the South. Logan is at the door screening incoming wannabe partygoers for costumes. Every student with a good enough costume, he waves in, and they take photos against the painted haunted house backdrop, posting the images to Pinstagym and Imagine before they get access to the party. Will you ever be able to enjoy one of these parties? LBC you work in the door of the bar. Next year. Soon as I'm not the junior most member, we'll have incoming freshmen, and they'll get to do the dirty work. You look good as a pirate? ? And thanks for going for the with me to the auction. It was a huge relief. That dress slayed, Lillian. The music's modern, like some sort of Halloween lo-fi that easily sinks in the background, and the decorations are amazing. I'm gonna get myself some mineral water. Back soon, babe. Wait, who's the babe here? What? James is trying to start a game of darts. Simon's sitting on the sofa, his weed tin in front of him, and Avery's texting someone really intently. Text Ray about Carter. Yeah, why not? While I'm waiting for Lillian to get back, I pull out my phone and text Ray. I swipe out the words quickly, and Ray's incredulous responses come in a second later. What? Oh my god, are you okay? Is he okay? What can I do to help? Jesus, is this for effing real? Yeah, everything's okay. I've got... I like how we don't get to see a message about what she sent before all this. Does he have a place to stay when he gets back? He can stay with me. I wouldn't ask that. I don't think it'll be safe for you or Gran. He really needs to go to rehab. Okay, look, I know you're at a party right now, but we need to talk about this in person because I can help. It's not going to fix itself. I'm your BFF, girl, so let me support you. Love you. I know. I roll my eyes at the movie reference because, of course, Ray managed to work one into the conversation, and I put my phone away. By now, I'm thirsty. I decide to go seek out water. I walk around and bump into... Oh, watch where you're going. You're gonna mess up my hair. You mean your basic hairstyle? You aren't supposed to be here. Like I'd miss Kearney's party of the century. I crane my head to find James or Logan or someone who can painlessly evict Sophie, but it's Michelle who grabs my arm. Oh, Janie. Oh my god, have you seen Jasper? See, and here I was talking about cat ears. And when I turn back, Sophie's gone. She's such a pest. Do you think Jasper likes me, like, as a person? I think he likes you... Jasper liking you. I think he likes getting high. Who doesn't? Me. I mean, maybe he's just flexible, like, what do they call it? Poly? God, you're an airhead. Polyamorous? I'm inching away from Michelle, still trying to find someone to report Sophie's presence to. Yeah, is Jasper poly? Like, do you think if I said I was okay with it, he'd make me his main girl? Why do I give a shit? Leave me alone. I don't know if Jasper really thinks like that. Also, I don't know if poly people have a main girl. I'd do anything. Like, he's rich and hot. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's not polyamory. Are you poly? She clearly views this as a deep philosophical conversation, and I'm at a loss as to why she wants to have it with me, here, now, but here we are. Your choice here may alter the choice, or the course of your relationship. I'm curious about it. We'll go with that. I'm looking at it from the perspective of we're romancing a couple people. I haven't put my finger on who specifically. The males, though, Tristan for the most part. Females, though, is still up in the air. She's pouting like she wants to figure it out. How did she even get into Kearney? Did she cheat? I searched for a quick exit to the conversation. Simon is sticking his head up the chimney, and it's not a conversation starter. I don't know what is. Simon, what are you doing? Whoa. I think we could climb up there. There's steps? Bro, no cap? Oh my god. Seconds later, everyone is clustered around the fireplace, peering up the chimney to check Simon's assertion for themselves. It doesn't seem like the time or place to complain about Sophie, so I take a peek like everyone else. Absent bricks do seem to form a series of steps that would make scaling it pretty easy. Chimney, chimney, chim chiree, a sweep is as lucky can be. Yes. Me and the developers are in sync on this. Chimney, chim chiroo, good luck will rub off when I shakes hands with you, or blow me a kiss and that's all lucky too. I look at Chloe. Her mask is adorable. She's sneaked through the party with her usual flair, but I can tell it's her. I mean, that and she's singing. I love your mask. It's Pipirmes. Have you ever heard of stories of nine-tailed foxes? I love them. Yeah, Naruto. Maybe being on the roof would be romantic. Do you think Jasper will be there soon? Or maybe the chimney would be too dirty? I had it cleaned, Michelle. It's not dirty. I look around. The party has a certain feel to it now that invites people to go further than normal. A group of naked college students is drawing on each other with Sharpies. One art major drawing elaborate and beautiful horns around a guy's. Several girls lie on a sofa, licking canned whipped cream off each other. Beer pong seems pretty normal, though. Yeah, no shit. Ladies first. You're chicken. By which means, you mean he's a gentleman? Is it a good idea to climb up the chimney? What's the worst that can happen? This may bring you to a premium romantic choice. I'd climb up the chimney with Chloe? Actually, no thanks. I don't know. I guess I'll go with Chloe. Come on. Pull Chloe to the chimney. Climbing a chimney? No way. It's a diamond choice. If it's ladies first, then I'll go with this lady of mystery. Grab Chloe's hand and pull her forward into the hearth. I go up and she follows. Empty holes where bricks could have gone make the handholds and footholds. They're rough but secure against my hands. Cool air gusts down the chimney, sliding between my clothing and my body, cooling me. It brings with it the flavor of wood smoke. It's all fun and games till somebody starts a fire in the chimney. I thought that would freak me out, but it didn't. I was okay with it. Were you? Yeah, I'm a bit worried about going down the chimney, though. It'll be harder. I move towards the rooftop's peak, afraid my voice will carry down the chimney and stand there. Heat from this autumn's afternoon radiates upward from the asphalt shingles. They must have re-roofed it recently. I'm surprised they didn't use era-appropriate materials. Rosewood House must not be on a historical registry. I slid my hand into hers. She lets me seamlessly, as if she expected it, but I can tell from her posture changes that she's glad. Did you want to talk to me alone? I presume you were engaged in subterfuge so that we could have some privacy. Tell her everything. I just wanted to see you. Tell her everything. As I describe tonight's events from the beginning to end, Chloe goes still. She listens, her face angled away, but her shoulders intent. She releases a slow sigh when I stop talking. She seems to be holding herself back from fidgeting, which makes sense on a rooftop. I doubt this will change much in the case that I have to testify against my father. I wish it did, but it seems like it's separate and yet business as usual. What do you mean? It stems from the same attitudes. Namely, the attitude that everything you can get away with is okay. That money is the bottom line, the rules just don't apply to a certain income bracket. Pretty much. I don't like that attitude. I'm tired of these people sometimes, Janie, but I'm also glad I went to Kearney. Even though it was probably a bad idea. You are glad? I met you here. She removes her mask and breathes deeply, tilting her face towards the sky like she wants to bathe it in the fresh air. I wish we could see the stars. I like you. I slid my hand in hers as she turns towards me, a smile touching her lips. A kiss. I lean in to kiss her. She meets me there, my equal, my match. I love the shape of her body against mine, the fullness of the pressure, how she returns what I give. Her hands grasp my hips, a strength and their certainty that makes me feel weak. I make a small noise against her lips that she takes as encouragement, because she presses against me harder in a way that makes me shiver with want. Her lips against mine, her body against mine, her hands clutching my hips, the scent of her, the shape of her, the motion. I could lose myself in her. I could kiss her forever and ever. Here beneath the stars, the party dull, quiet with the distance. We hold each other like we're in the universe's back pocket, like it's us and will only be us for forever. And I let that be. I let myself enjoy her and let her enjoy me. Then Chloe breaks the kiss and smiles at me, radiant. I wasn't even thinking about breathing. Me neither. I'm a serious person. I don't like the idea of flings. They seem like a waste of time. Is this a fling? Everyone wants an answer today. I'm gonna be honest. Let's just figure it out as we go. That answer is deeply unsatisfactory. I want you to know that someday I'd like to get married, but I don't want children. I'm undecided. I see. I can understand that. I know it's early to talk about things like this, but I think that having these conversations about deal breakers earlier, rather than later, is important. Do you have any deal breakers I should know about? I don't know. I haven't dated before, so I don't know what to expect. I get motion sick, so I don't want to live on a boat. I don't love tiny houses. I think they're just trailers for rich people. Oh my god, they are. Both of us laugh and nod inside my chest eases. I like this, being with Chloe, casually exchanging words. She'll always surprise me, intrigue me, engage me. I'll never be bored with her. I know that. When I say random facts, please pretend to be interested. Oh, I will be interested. You're perfect. I laugh at her, blushing a little, but I can't help but feel like she's a little perfect, too. Oh, you have to like my gran. If you don't like my gran, then that's it. I like her. She's your gran. From downstairs, I hear my name being hollered out. I give Chloe a warning look and she replaces her mask. We head back to the chimney. It's awkward to slide myself in, feet first. Once I find the first notches, going down gets easier. The cold air accompanies me downward. There's a weird commotion near the door. Party guests are clearing out like the cops are coming, and a few people are scrambling for their clothes, but they aren't as panicked as they would be if the actual cops were coming to bust us. Janie, some people are here for you, George and Tiana. Jasper, who's walking in the door, swings around and stares at Simon and then back at me. He looks like he's recovered somewhat, but also like he's not all here. They came here on Halloween, I can't believe it. I have to deal with this, and I have to deal with this now, so I move toward Simon's voice. Sure enough, there they are, George and Tiana, the FBI agents, the fakes. Behind me, I can sense how Chloe's hanging back, hiding in the crowd, and though I wish she had my back, maybe it's time that I had hers. She's in more danger from these people than I am, given the fact that her own dad is out to get her. George and Tiana walk in like they own the place. George turns off the Bluetooth speakers, music just dies, silence puddles and kills the mood. That's the FBI, they're good at that. Even fake ones. It's time we had a little conversation, Janie. Come on, honey. You've been ignoring our texts. You can't ghost us like this. I've been worried about you. You're on the twisted path. Incandescent rage drops down over me. I don't know how or why I was selected to be their little pawn exactly, but because of these people I've suffered, I've faced torment, I've found myself in dangerous and illegal situations, and I've feared for my brother's life. They have no hold over me except through money, and that's no hold at all. I don't need their money. I'm done with them, done. I stalk towards them. I stop an inch away from them and glare. Get out. Excuse me? Now, honey, get out or I will call the cops on you, the real ones, and I will tell them everything you have done to me and my brother. I should file a report, press charges against you. Now get out. I slap the burner phone against George's chest and then walk away. This won't be the last time, Janie. You'll see us around. What was that about, Janie? I tell him the truth. I'm fed up and I don't have any reason at this point to lie. They're the fixers who placed me in Rosewood House. They've coerced me and made me work for them under duress. Jasper's parents hired them. James's eyes narrow. He looks around the party. If you're not Rosewood, clear the room. The party's over. The Halloween partygoers stare at him, unsure if he's for real. But he is, and his voice has the calm authority that comes from centuries of breeding. The assumption he'll be obeyed is in his body and blood. Come on, let's go to the pool in the backyard, everyone. I think I saw many vodka bottles. Anyone want a skinny dip with me? It's hard to tell if Michelle is saying this to help James, in which case she's cleverer than I gave her credit for, or if she's just ready to dive naked into a pool full of tiny vodka bottles. Soon the guests leave, piling into the backyard. Chloe is forced to join the exodus, which is probably for the better, given these two guns for hire would sell her out to her dad in a heartbeat. Lillian gives me a long look and takes us as her opportunity to escape too. She mouths, "Come on, let the guys handle it." I shake my head. I can't. Now it's just us, Rosewood House, Rosewood Club, Tiana, George, and me. Logan turns off the lights in the fog machine. The Halloween decorations look stark, their cheapness and fakery revealed. Jasper, your addiction and behaviors have torn our brotherhood apart. Janie was hired to spy on us. If she hadn't been here, that's not fair. It wasn't Janie's fault, bro. You made your choices. In every brother's time in Rosewood, there comes a point where he must choose between his brotherhood and his ancestry. I remember mine distinctly, though it was less public than this. His gaze flicks over to me. It's cool, assessing, demanding. However, I do agree with Jasper. I don't think we'd be standing in this room like this if not for Janie. You've been investigators, Janie, our families. Tell us what you found. I step forward, my mind working faster than it has during any test. It's assembling conversation, snatches of evidence, my suspicions, all the things the guys have said to me, the truth, the lies. They watch me. You're on a twisted path. No shit, thanks for telling me. I know, then, what I've got myself into. I've proven myself I'm generally badass and not to be screwed with. James, your mother and father reached out to the Atwoods. Your family deals in real estate. They wanted to buy up an amorous amounts of waterfront. Oh, my parents do love their little schemes. I think it's the only thing that keeps their marriage together. They knew they had buyer in the Knox family who wants to create a new corporate headquarters near the waterfront. But how do they buy such expensive real estate? You devalue it. That's why my family lost their store near the waterfront. Working-class people were moving out, so sales tanked. The way to devalue a property is basically a formula. Close schools, police, churches, flood the neighborhood with drugs. The Crest approached the Atwoods. Your father knew, Graham. He knew what he was doing. That can't be right. My father, he's a moral man. Nice outfit, but no, your father's not. You're an addict, Jasper. You can't tell us to believe you got involved with the pharmacy just so you could dig up proof that Harry Atwood knew his opioids were going straight from the Pharmatech pharmacy in a dealer's hands. I'm not an addict. That was nothing to do with this. Sure, sometimes I smoke or shoot up, but that's just to relax, man. My parents are putting so much pressure on me. Don't you get it? No one does an opioid sometimes, Jasper. It's not sometimes. You got a problem. I knew. Everyone looks at Avery. He's been quiet until now. He stares at his feet ashamed. What? I went to your father to ask for a job after graduation at Pharmatech. I'm done pro-golfing, and I have to think about how I take care of my family. Grant, I heard your father take a phone call about the volume of prescriptions at these pop-up pharmacies. He told the caller to forget about it, to under-report whatever it took. My father knew. He knew, but he's a moral man. He has to be. Look, my parents were right to do this. Sure, they want to make money off of the market when Pharmatech stocks tank. Sure, I've been skimming a little junk off the top, but what the Crest and Atwoods are up to? It's wrong. Your parents deserve to be exposed. I couldn't agree more. I can feel it. The air feels tight, tippy still. How a single word will press a finger to the scales, to shift the balance, to change Rosewood House, my life, and their lives forever. I step forward in the center of the room. If I've learned anything over the past few weeks, it's that I can navigate any challenge. Okay. Speak about the plight of the impoverished. Speak about the safety of the wealth. LOL? Safety of wealth? I'm gonna go ahead and say screw that and speak about the plight of the impoverished. It's easy for you to talk like that, Tristan, about exposing your parents and other people's parents, but the truth is, you talk like that because you are wealthy. You've never gone to bed hungry. You've never gone to the pharmacy and had to choose which prescription you'd take home and which you'd leave behind. You've never known the humiliation of standing in self-checkout, running your SNAP card, and having the clerk come over to help you pick which stuff you need to put back. Well, that kind of slaps. Anyway, I shake my head, suddenly furious with the lot of them. You know what? I'm sick of you. All of you. People like your parents just screw over people like me on the enormous systematic scale. I'm sorry, I didn't mean Janie. Loud shriek tumbles through the air. It's not part of the Halloween soundtrack. No, this scream is real. Michelle stumbles in via the kitchen. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's Sophie, she's in the back. I think she's dead. I think she's dead, you guys. What? Who the hell killed her? I run out there and I see her, Sophie, all dressed up, lying next to the pool. Water mingles with blood haloing her head and thinning coppery scarlet. I drop to my knees, press my fingers to her neck. The boys are standing around me in a semicircle. Near the edge of the pool, I see Chloe, watching. I hate to say this, but this is breaking news. Nothing. No pulse. Call an ambulance, please. I hate you for the little cliffhanger. I give 4. It feels a little weird. We'll get to it here in a second, but hold on. So we got 2 princess, 6 twisted, 1 foxy. Oh look! Diamonds! Alright, so first and foremost, there is a season 2. So, looks like the thing for season or episode 1 is Sophie's death haunts you. How will you gain support from those around you? So, first and foremost, if you did enjoy the episode, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Be greatly appreciated. Consider sharing, because it's a way of, share the channel, share the video, share anything, really. It's a way of people knowing that this channel does exist. The 13 plus years that I've been doing content. The thousands of videos. I know we're well beyond 4. We're going on 5,000 videos. I have to actually check. I haven't checked in about 6 or so months, but we were past the midway threshold. Let's put it that way. So, clearly I do a lot of work. So, let's get into this. The reason why I gave it 4 stars was because I was a little confused about just the conversation we were having. And it was, the whole wealth thing, but then I really felt her little speech about, the snap thing and everything else like that. As a person who has, came from a family which was kind of middle class. It's the air quote, dream, the American dream, the middle class. Not really. But I came from one that was kinda. And when I came into this family, it was kind of like leaning towards obscurity and failure, and things barely, kept it alive and kept it going. And I'd say at this point, am I still middle class? Oh, hell no. The people in my family that were middle class, they're long dead. So no, I'm no longer middle class. I think once you get to that point of you needing those benefits and whatnot, you'd no longer there. Just being honest with you. And the system is kind of rigged to be that way. So I'll keep this short and sweet, but so far I'm liking the story. We're all the way through season 1. I know season 2 started. I know we're a couple episodes behind. I don't believe we're that much behind. Let me know. Again, I try and stay woefully ignorant when it comes to things I'm reading and things I'm catching up on. So I just go into this blindfolded and just play it at my own pace. So let me know. Again, if you're wanting to see Romance Club on this channel, especially more often and more of it, again, consider supporting. Otherwise, right now, there isn't much support, I'm going to be honest with you, on the channel for it. So right now, we're still doing a lot of other things, like choices, live streams, things like that. But Romance Club, we're still touting along. We're still, as you can see here, we're still, doing some stories, and right now waiting for the update to come out. So do keep that in mind. But if you want more, consider supporting. Otherwise, I believe we've got an hour left. Yeah, hour left to the diamond rush, so I gotta hurry up and get to it, so, yep. Anyway, thanks for watching, catch y'all later, peace out.